Hi, Assalamu'alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Nur Afifah binti Zulkiple along with my partner Siti Nur Aiman binti Abdul Khalid. In this video, we would like to present our research studies which related to global news analysis. We choose the Guardian Nigeria News as our selected news agency for this research. In this video presentation, we would like to discuss several topics where the first part, I will explain background of the country, background of the news agency in introduction part. My partner will continue to explain the second part, which is the findings of our studies. We will also explain the third part, which is the comparison of the studies that we conducted since 30th October 2021 to 1st November 2021, which is the first duration of the research, and the second phase, which on 23rd November 2021 to 6 December 2021. Finally, we will summarize our studies that we conducted within 35 days in conclusion part. Before we start, I would like to explain the background of the country, which is Nigeria. Nigeria is a federal republic democracy country that located in West Africa, and it has 36 states, which Abuja is a capital city of the country. Next is the background of the Guardian Nigeria News, which was established in 1983, and the news agency is an independent newspaper agency. Based on our research, this news agency owes no affiliation to any political party, ethnic group, religious group, or other groups. The organization's primary concern is maintaining the integrity and sovereignty of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and it works to maintain the unity and sovereignty of Africa as a whole. Moreover, the Guardian Nigeria News is an English writing base, contains some news sections where it is specifically to ease the readers to select on preferred news section. There are news sections for local, world, politics, internal, sports, lifestyle, business, and technology. As for the news collection, the Guardian Nigeria News collects, writes, and publishes the news on its own. However, it also collects some news from other news agencies, mainly from Agence France Presse, AFP, and the News Agency of Nigeria, NAN. Besides having its own online newspaper portal, The Guardian also has social media where they use Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Telegram, and LinkedIn to expand its connections with social media users. As you can see in the slide, this study aims to compare the result of world news analysis from 30th October 2021 to 1st November 2021, which the total is 21 days, which with the result of world news analysis from 23rd of November 2021 to 6 December 2021, which the total is 14 days in the Guardian Nigeria News. This study has been guided by 3 research objectives, which the first one is to study the importance of photo and video to the online newspaper that covered by the Guardian Nigeria News. Second research objective is to analyze the frequency of the world news published by the Guardian Nigeria News based on category of news. And the third objective is to identify the news line of the newspaper that covered by the Guardian Nigeria News. And last objective is to compare the result world news analysis from 23rd October to 1st November, 21 days, with the results of world news analysis from 23rd November to 6 December, which the total is 14 days in the Guardian Nigeria News.
Okay, Assalamu'alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Now I will proceed with the finding for the report 1 and report 2. So as you can see from the slide, for the objective 1, most of the online newspaper covered by the Guardian Nigeria had photo in color with 177 of news, while only one news was provided with black and white. and there were 18 online news that were not provided with any photo. And most of the online newspaper covered by the Guardian Nigeria did not provide any video in the news, with 192 of online news, while only 4 online news had video provided in the news. Okay, now for the objective 2, the top 3 categories news that published by the Guardian Nigeria News were crime with 30 news, followed by politics with 28 news, and the international relation with 26 news. Okay, now let's move to the objective 3. There were more news slanted in negative with 86 news, followed by the neutral with 66 news, and last positive with 44 news. The top 3 categories of news slanted in negative were conflict with 19 news, while crime with 19 news also, and last politic with 15 news. The top 3 categories of news slanted in positive were economic, business, trade with 8 news, followed by COVID-19, 7 news, and last Afghanistan and politics with 5 news. Now for the top 3 categories of news slanted in neutral were international relation with 12 news, and economic, business and trade with 10 news, and last crime with 8 news. Okay, now let's move to the finding for the report 2. For the objective 1, most of the online newspaper covered by the Guardian Nigeria had photo in color with 115 of news, and only one news contained black and white photo, and there were 10 news that were not having any photo. Most of the online newspaper covered by the Guardian Nigeria did not provide any video in the news, with 121 news, and only 5 online news had video insert in the news. Okay, now we proceed to the objective 2. The top 3 categories of news were published by the Guardian Nigeria News was COVID-19 with 34 news, followed by politics with 32 news, and last internal relation with 16 news. Okay, now we move to the last objective. There were more news slanted in negative with 52 news, followed by neutral with 42 news, and positive with 32 news. The top 3 categories of news slanted in negative were COVID-19 and politics with 9 news each, and followed by conflict or war with 8 news. The top 3 categories of news slanted in positive were COVID-19 with 11 news, followed by politics with also 11 news, and lastly internal relation with 4 news. And last, the top category of news slanted in neutral were politics with 12 news, followed by COVID-19 with 9 news, and last international relation with 9 news. So,
now I will explain the comparison of both studies. As you can see in the table, it shows that the comparison of the results of photos and videos used in the Guardian Nigeria newspaper. From the previous analysis, it can be seen that from the first result that there were 177 photos in color that were used in online newspaper. Almost 90% of the photos are in colors compared to black and white and no photos. The result is consistent with the second result, where 91% of the news were published in color, while 115 over 126 news contains photo with color in it. Both of the results shows that photos are being used to attract and help the reader to understand the news more. It same goes to the video, where almost 98% of the news does not have video inserted in it, according to the first result of previous research. Plus, it is consistent with the second result of this study, where 96% of the news does not have video that is linked to the news. It is because the Guardian Nigeria News has Guardian TV, where the readers can get the informations or get the news through the video form. And that will be the reason why most of the videos are not inserted in writing form news. Now, we move to the second finding, which is category of news. The table shows that from result 1, crime being the most reported category of world news coverage on the Guardian News, with 15.3 news. Meanwhile, result 2 shows that COVID-19 was the most reported category of world news that was reported, with 30% news in it. From the result 1, it highlights the Nigeria government taking the crime issue seriously, although the information about African continent have always been portrayed as negative thing in the world's media. Based on result 2, Nigeria government taking more serious to the COVID-19 issues due to the new variant that was found in African continent. The Omicron variant is the new variant that was found on 24th November 2021. Apart from that, there are similarities between result 1 and result 2 in the news category, in which politics was the second highest news covered by the Guardian Nigeria News. Although the Guardian Nigeria does not affiliate with any political party, ethnic party, religious party or other groups, the organizations plays the main role in delivering the political information. It is because all of Nigeria major media, whether printed or online, is following the current trend and taking advantage of the opportunity to entire people to consume the information that being transmitted. One top category of news slanted in negative, which is COVID-19, with 14 news were obtained in the Guardian Nigeria News. Within the durations of the studies, in result 1, the countries that were affected with COVID-19 are facing conflict and economic growth since the date of the study is on 12th October 2021 until 1st November, which can be counted as recovery phase after the outbreak. So, news related to economics, business and trade are always being reported in negative ways because both categories are interconnected issues that affected people's daily life within the pandemic. For news about conflict or war that slanted in negative, mainly it happened on African continents where a lot of COP issues happened throughout 21 days of monitoring. From both results, researchers also found that there were similarities in news covered by the Guardian Nigeria News, whereby the top news that was slanted were negative. It shows that the Guardian Nigeria News is an agency that focuses on health, economics and African continent issues because the top category of news covered by TGNN based on result 1 and result 2 are conflict or war, economic, business and trade and COVID-19. As an independent newspaper, the agency owes no affiliation to any political party, ethnic group, religious group or other group. However, Nigeria is a republic country which news coverage in Nigeria and the Guardian newspaper will mainly focus towards government's interests. Agency and this country itself, where both of the studies shows that the number of political and international relations news are frequently published compared to other categories. Apart from that, crime is still the top category of news for first result and COVID-19 is the highest published news for the second result. However, the similarities between both studies are related with the news line, where the news were frequently published in a negative pattern. The same goes to the number of photos and videos, where both of the studies shows that the use of photos in color are mostly used, whereas the video is not frequently inserted in the online newspaper. In conclusion, online newspapers are still active in delivering information to the public. As for the Guardian Nigeria News Agency, shows that they are active in publishing world news and stay consistent with the news writing. This study shows that the Guardian Nigeria News is a reliable agency that can be used as a source of information as the news are consistently published, which shows that the media agency has the freedom of media in Nigeria. I think that's all from us. Thank you.